Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 1007, and today's topic is biological wastewater treatment. Today, as you are aware, that the global population became 8 billion. It is now 8 billion human beings, and for your kind information, still people are not accepting that there is scarcity of water. And today in 2022, out of 8 billion people, 2 billion people, they are not having safe drinking water or potable drinking water. That is 2 billion. And 3 billion population, they are not having water for sanitation, for use in bathroom and toilet. And really it is very much surprising. So that's why with this growth of population, where we have got 8 billion today, in future there will be lot of demand of potable water, that is called safe drinking water, and we have to get this safe drinking water only out of this impure polluted water. And we are using different techniques to purify the water, and this water scarcity is so deep now that even in Nigeria is included in that. Nigeria, Dubai, Kuwait, Middle East, you can say Saudi Arabia, they are all at high risk of getting safe drinking water. And that's why it is high time to go for new technology and very, very effective means to treat the industrial wastewater, because we cannot stop industrialization. With the growth of population, it is a must that industries will grow. And as you know that there is drastic growth in chemical industries. Today we are producing around 200 million chemical substances, and by 2050 it may go into billion. So lot of chemical industries are expected to grow, and at the same time we have to grow lot of agriculture, food grain, and for that also we need non-saline water, because we know that 75% of this earth is occupied by water, and that water is sea water and ocean water. They are saline, they have lot of salt, and they are not good, or we cannot grow the crop in that sea water. So we need non-saline water for agriculture. We need potable water free of bacteria, virus and microorganisms. So that's why it is very important to go for treating the water. Now first, when we are going to treat the water biologically, that is called biological wastewater treatment, and the waste material of substances in the water may be organic dyes, organic compound, some synthetic ones, phenol, ester, alcohol, and some other inorganic substances. So first thing in the water we have to check, that is called COD, BOD and oxygen, dissolved oxygen. So COD means chemical oxygen demand of water. Chemical oxygen demand of water means it is the amount of oxygen required in water for the oxidation, for the chemical reaction. And if the chemical oxygen demand in the water is less, see the oxidative degradation to oxidize the organic substances, impurities into simpler substances so that it can be digested by microorganisms. That we have to check is very important. The second one comes, that is BOD, biological oxygen demand. That is BOD. And that biological oxygen demand means there must be good amount of oxygen dissolved in water so that the aquatic life in water, whatever microorganisms, whatever fish and other living organisms are there, they are surviving and they can clean the water. So COD, BOD and then OD, oxygen dissolved. That's why in those people who are doing fish farming, there are a lot of casualties. They don't understand the dissolved oxygen in their water, and their fishes, they die. And the biological process means we have microorganisms, that is microorganisms, and this microorganisms, they can be bacteria, they can be algae, they can be fungi, and they can be yeast. So these are all microorganisms. They are widely used to treat the wastewater, polluted water, and to clear the impurities from the water. So for example, I will give you some example like some color dye, phenolic dyes. Once there are some textile industry, or we can say tannery, and some color industries, pigment industries, there is very common that we may get effluent, industrial effluent that is colored in the form of dye. And non-phenolic and phenolic dyes, they can be consumed as a nutritional food for different type of microorganisms. And by applying that, we can decolorize, we can clear the different phenolic and organic substances by oxidative degradation. These microorganisms can do. And best example I am giving, for example, if suppose in water you have two type of organic substances, the sparrow one and the straight line, these two, one is dextrorotating, one is levo-rotating. We cannot understand, they are so much, having uniform solution in the water, that impurity, that pollutant, that we cannot separate. So in that case, we have such very specific type of bacteria, that one is added. So it can only remove all the dextroform, and then only levo will be remaining. Then other we can treat with other bacteria which can consume the levo form in this way. So all the impurities, organic substances, they are clear and water is clean. So these are all very, very important biological wastewater treatment, by means of which we can get potable water after the treatment with this microorganism, and that technique is called biological wastewater treatment. So here I have given that how these microorganisms are used to decolorize mainly the colored phenolic and non-phenolic dyes. They are very, very effective to clear all these color which are produced from paint and pigment industries. So number one is biological treatment is designed to degrade pollutants dissolved in influenced by the action of microorganisms like bacteria, algae, fungi, and yeast, etc. The microorganisms utilize the substances to live and reproduce. Actually, they are using all these substances, these microorganisms, to grow as a microorganism, living organism, and to reproduce. So they are using all these substances, dyes which are present, organic substances, inorganic substances, and some synthetic products as their nutrients. Produce and pollutants are used as nutrients for microorganisms. Number 2, biological method is known as conventional method and is widely used method of water treatment globally. This biological wastewater treatment is very popular. With this method, a lot of water is subjected to oxidation by degradation, and then it is purified, and we can use it as a safe drinking water, or we can say potable water. Number 3, biological degradation, bleaching. Actually, this biological degradation and bleaching technique is nowadays very advanced. With this technique, even lot of different elements from the soil are extracted, and in this way, lot of contamination of pollution in the water and soil is also reduced, and also it is very economic. For example, lithium. Nowadays, lithium is extracted only by bleaching, by the action of bacteria, and this lithium is the economy today. It is widely used in batteries, in your cell phone, television, solar batteries, everywhere. Lithium battery is very common today and very important for survival in electrical cars. So they are all extracted, many of them, by bioleaching, by making use of several microorganisms like fungi, bacteria, yeast and algae. Decolorization of azo dyes, the colored ones, that is called azo dyes, by fungi is the potential candidate for oxidation of soluble or non-soluble phenolic and non-phenolic dyes. So number 5 is decolorization of dye by enzyme. So also we are using nowadays lot of enzymes, different type of enzymes to treat water and to decolorize, to filter out lot of color dyes, and also some other type of pigments, colored pigment is rapid by using enzymatic degradation process. Degradation means breaking down of complex dyes and into simpler one, and in this way that one will be decolorized. Now the last 6th number is, that is called phytoremediation. Phyto means plant. So nowadays plants are used, plant material for the treatment of the water, and this plant material, that is also known as nowadays, that is called phytomining. That is called phyto. This is a very latest method of using plants to purify the water, to treat the water, also to purify the soil, to reduce the contamination of the soil. For example, there are such species of plant, sometimes they accumulate more, for example, cobalt or nickel, and in some soil or in some water where the contamination of cobalt or nickel is more. So if we do the plantation in that area, so these plants, they will accumulate and they will take from soil and water all those pollutants like nickel, cobalt, zinc, aluminum, lead, and they will accumulate. And that's why nowadays they are using, that is called phytomining. Phytomining means different type of metals, precious metals, they are extracting by this phytomining. That's why I have already mentioned that very costly lithium and some other 17 rare earth elements, they are extracted by making use of bioleaching. So this is a very, very latest bio method of treating the waste water. So this phytoremediation, this is also one of the biological method of waste water treatment, and the plant or plant origin microbes are used to take up the contents from soil or water. So these plant-based microbes, they are, that's why it is called phytoremediation. They are used to purify the water by this or soil. It is achieved either by retaining elements or degradation in a natural way, as it happens in an ecosystem. Phytoremediation is eco-friendly, feasible and sustainable to remove color dyes and color pollutants from the water. So this is the way, and by this biological wastewater treatment, really we can treat the effluents, pollutants in the water, and where we can convert that polluted water into safe drinking water. So now here I will stop, and in the next lecture I am going to discuss the chemical treatment of individual different type of wastewater, like wastewater out of pulp, paper industry, dye industry, tailoring industry, chemical industry, petroleum industry, like that one by one. Once again, thank you very much for watching the lecture.